Ethiopian Educational Information and Communication Technology presents Educational Satellite Television Programs.
Hello, teacher. Hello, students. Welcome to today's lesson on crime and justice. Last time, we talked about justice and the judiciary. We learned that the judiciary upholds democracy and enforces the Constitution. In this lesson, we will begin to discuss the correction of unjust acts. We will have several lessons on this topic. Today, we will focus on two major crimes: genocide and drug trafficking. Are you ready, students? Let us begin. Students, you learned previously about three categories of justice: distributive justice, corrective justice, and procedural justice. Do you remember what each of these mean? Please take a few minutes to write a description of each category of justice. You may begin whenever you are ready, students.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up! Let's get back to our lesson.
Welcome back. Thank you for your participation in this activity. We will go through the answers together. Distributive justice ensures that benefits are distributed fairly and equally throughout the population. For example, it ensures that important social services like healthcare are available to all the people. Corrective justice deals with correcting unjust acts. It works to restore balance or equilibrium to a situation in which unfairness has prevailed. The wronged person or group is compensated for the wrong done to them. Procedural justice deals with fairness and equality in the process of serving justice. It means that everyone has the right to undergo the same process to achieve justice. The FDRE Constitution states the conditions of procedural justice. For example, it states that all accused persons have the right to a public trial. I'm sure you were able to recall these descriptions from your previous studies. If you have any further questions about the 3 categories of justice, please ask your teacher following this lesson. Today, we are focusing on crime and justice specifically. Therefore, we will give our attention to corrective justice, which corrects unjust acts. Crime is the wrongful use of power or the wrongful use of aggression against someone. Corrective justice controls harmful use of power or aggression. Aggression is caused when there is an unequal balance of power between individuals or groups. The instrument through which corrective justice is dispensed is called criminal law. Criminal law deals with crimes, while civil law deals with the disputes between individuals or organizations. Criminal law is the body of rules that define the types of conduct that the state forbids or prohibits. These types of conduct are forbidden because they harm, threaten, or endanger the safety and welfare of the public. Criminal law articulates the punishment to be imposed on those who commit crimes. It is enforced by the state. Criminal law is distinctive because its potential consequences are very serious. For instance, some countries have imposed the sentence of capital punishment for very serious crimes. Capital punishment is a sentence of death by judicial process. Another serious consequence of criminal law is imprisonment. Fines may also be imposed on those convicted of a crime. Criminal law has 5 objectives. The first is retribution, which states that criminals ought to suffer in some way. Deterrence is the second objective, and it aims to impose a sufficient penalty to discourage the offender from further criminal behavior. Incapacitation is designed to keep criminals away from the rest of society so that the public is protected. Rehabilitation aims to transform an offender into a valuable member of society. The fifth objective of criminal law is restitution. Its goal is to repair the hurt inflicted upon the victim by the offender. There are different types of crimes. The first one that we will discuss today is genocide. Genocide is the act or attempt to exterminate or make extinct a clan, family, or people. The word genocide comes from two Greek words, one which means family and the other total extinction. Genocide is a crime committed with the intent of exterminating a group of people based on their specific characteristics or identities. Genocide is one of the worst kinds of crimes because it involves murder, and so it violates one of the most basic human rights, the right to life. It is the mass murder of a group of people which is not based upon any crime or wrongdoing that the group has done, but simply based on their race or religion. Genocide is irrational, and it has terrible and long-lasting consequences. The textbook lists the parts of the world that have suffered from genocide. These include, but are not limited to, Germany, Armenia, Rwanda, Serbia, and Cambodia. Criminal justice must find a way to correct the harm inflicted by crimes such as genocide. But how is mass murder corrected? The people cannot be brought back to life. How do we respond to such terrible crimes? Students, how can criminal justice deal with those responsible for genocide in a way that fulfills the objectives of criminal law and upholds the Constitution? Please work with a partner to answer this question.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Welcome back. This is a difficult question to answer because it is challenging to think of a punishment suitable for such a crime. The Constitution states that all persons have the right to a public trial. They also have the right to plead their case. Criminal law must uphold the Constitution, even in cases of terrible crimes against humanity, such as genocide. This is why, for instance, the Nazi war criminals were brought before the Nuremberg trials following the Second World War. After they exercised their rights to defend themselves, the court passed judgment on them. Another serious crime is that of drug trafficking. This is the crime of using, distributing, or circulating narcotic drugs. These drugs are usually addictive and can cause severe harm to the body. People who are addicted to drugs are unable to have normal relationships with others. When they have not had a supply of the drug, their bodies crave it. They will often resort to further criminal behavior, such as theft or violence, to help them to fulfill their addiction. Students, we will continue to talk about crime and justice in our next lesson. Today, we have defined criminal law, stated its objectives, and considered 2 examples of serious crimes that must be dealt with under criminal law. Until next time, thank you, teacher. Thank you, students.